Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition on the Secret Life of a Navy Wife, and this is Vlogmas Day 4. I guess it's more like Vidmas instead of Vlogmas today, since I am doing a military spouses tag that I found on a YouTube channel about 2 years ago. So there are 19 questions. I'm going to go ahead, read the question, and then give you guys my answer. So this is about my spouse and I, and that's basically all I'm going to tell you because the rest of the answers are in these questions. So, my spouse and I actually met the summer before 9th grade started when we were both in a hospital. We were both really sick and we ended up meeting in a hospital. I was there for, I don't know how long they were there for, but I was there for 3 days and then never thought anything of it. Went our separate ways after I got released from the hospital, and then come the start of 9th grade term, they were in my classes with me, which was hilarious. It didn't actually click with us until I think like 11th grade, which is also another how I met my spouse tag. And then we met again. So they went away in the middle of 10th grade when my mother-in-law died. So at that time, she obviously wasn't my mother-in-law, but she's my mother-in-law now. But she had passed away when my spouse was 15 years old, and then they went and lived with their dad. So they just kind of like disappeared from my life. And then my older sister, one day in November of my junior year, I was grounded, and my older sister had told my parents she wanted to take me to go rent a movie so that we could just watch movies at home since I was grounded and couldn't go anywhere. And we ended up driving, this is how long ago it was, we ended up driving to a Hollywood Video, and I didn't think anything of it. I had asked my sister, like, why are we going to Hollywood Video when there is a Blockbuster, like, right across the street from the house? And she goes, because the Hollywood Video is the only one that has a movie that I want to see. So I was like, alright, cool, whatever. And we go to the Hollywood Video, and, like, my head's down, and I'm, like, head in the clouds, not paying attention. And then I get to the counter, I lay the videos down, and then all of a sudden I hear my wife go, Becca. And I look up, and there they were, and we were basically inseparable ever since. So that was 2015. But I met them in 2000 and... No, sorry, that was 2005. We had met in 2002. So the first time when we met in the hospital, I was 13, and then, so still 13 in the hospital, 13 when 9th grade started, and then I was 16 when we met up again. Currently, as of today, which is December 4th, we have been together. We've been together since 2006, and it's now 2018. So on January 7th, about a month from now, we will have been together for 13 years. So my wife is from Florida, and I am originally from Philadelphia, but I claim New Jersey since that's where my dad lives. My spouse says that I am from Florida because I spent most of my time there, but I don't ever claim that state. Deployed. Yes, currently deployed right now. Yes, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did because I'm fairly certain I had both of the kids with me. We actually got married 1 year and 1 month after they had joined the Navy. So they actually proposed on Christmas Day of 2007. And it was really sweet. Like, they were just sitting there talking to me about, like, just all the wonderful, amazing things that we've been through, and how I put up with so much of their crap. And then basically just got down on one knee and proposed. Christmas Day in front of my mom, my dad, and my sister. We got married in a teeny tiny little town in southern New Jersey called Pennsville, which is where my dad lives, and we got married in my parents' yard. So we had a nice little like yard wedding. Yes, she was in her dress blues. Currently, I am in San Diego, and my spouse is teeter-tottering in the great ocean somewhere. No, we don't live on base, but we live in base housing. I don't think they actually offer on base housing out here, at least not where my wife is stationed. That's a hard one. So they used to do these little training missions when we lived in Oklahoma. So we were probably married 4 or 5 years before they went on their first little mission thing. We have technically only been married together, have been to 3 bases. And then of course they had like their A school, their C school, and boot camp and blah blah blah. So out of the 3 being married that I have physically been to, probably Tinker, Oklahoma, because I still consider Oklahoma home, even though Oklahoma is not home. Okay, what kind of question is that? Of course they look good in their uniform. Like, I absolutely adore them in uniform. No, I don't. I have a couple that I consider close friends, and then I have a couple that I consider acquaintances. I do have a lot of military members that are friends, but other than that, I don't. I'm sure everybody has heard this. It is being apart from my family. I am very family oriented. So with all my family being on the East Coast and me being on the West Coast and having medical problems, it's really hard on me when I need that support and I can't get it because my spouse is gone and then my family lives on the East Coast. So we don't really have that connection that we did when we were stationed in Virginia. So it's really hard for me to not have my family basically at my doorstep. No. No, I do not. I think I used to have a proud Navy wife sticker on the back of my very first car when I was 19, but I don't have anything anymore. I really want to know why that's a question. Clearly I support my wife. I am here for her. I am waiting for her to come home. Yeah, we're still married. She's still in the military, so of course this is still, like, I still support her in her career. Like, what spouse would not support their spouse in their career choice and still be married to them? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So that was it, guys. 19 questions about the military wife life tag. I had to change a bunch of the wording on this because a lot of this is geared towards the male being the service member, and it's not same-sex oriented, so I did change a lot of where it said spouse. A lot of the questions said husband. So when I post the questions down below, it'll say spouse. That way it can go for either genders or neither gender, whichever gender preference your spouse prefers. But yeah, that's it, guys. If you guys have any other questions that you want to know about what it's like being a military wife or just any questions in general, leave them down below and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Be sure to click the red subscribe button if you haven't already, and that notification bell so it goes ding in your inbox every time I post. And I'll see you guys in another video. Bye, guys.